Say hello, Wheaties. How do you say Wheaties in Ulu dialect? Hello, Wheaties. Welcome to another episode of Wheat Queens. I'm Haywee.
Yeah, and I'm Jolene.
Jolene.
And we're your co-hosts. Welcome, guys, to the week of March 22nd to 28th. Thank you guys so much for the support you've given us so far, and thank you for coming back and giving us another listen.
All right. So this week's topic is our majors. Specifically, the major dilemma in changing your major.
Can't believe you just stole my joke.
Well, we can go back and you can do it.
It's fine.
No, because I love and respect
fine.
you, we can go back and you can say your joke.
So why is it okay to change your major?
Credit Jolene Austen to the major dilemma joke.
Oh,
that's her joke. Just so everyone is aware.
This is the bit now.
Yeah. Why is it okay to change your major, Jolene?
Well, many things.
Ah.
But first, let me open with the story that is not my own, because I have not changed my major. But instead, let us look to my mother. And if you went to one of the fine institutions that we call high schools here in Brandon, Manitoba, and she was indeed your chemistry teacher, you will probably have heard this story before. How did my mom get to, her major? Here's what happened. Her parents were driving her to university. She went to the U of M for both her degrees. And she was crying in the back seat, as one does. She didn't want to leave home. And so, they're like, what are you going to study? Like, you need to be studying something. And she's like, in between tears, decided on microbiology. Because microscopes are cool. Yeah, that was the whole thought process there.
Oh, I love her.
Oh, it gets better. So, microbiology doesn't work out because, microscopes are not cool. And she finds herself really interested in this new class, zoology.
I thought it was zoology.
That's the kicker. She thought it was zoology. And she thought zoo animals would be so cool and to work at the zoo would be so awesome. But that's not the class she was in. She was in zoology.
What's zoology?
I don't know. You gotta look it up now. So, zoology is the study of zoos, and zoology is the study of animals. I mean, not really a big difference there to me, but it's not zoo animals. And it has nothing to do with working in the zoo. Apparently the prof that was, teaching the zoology course just, really hated it, too, and so was, really trying to push people out of it.
Oh, love that.
So, that, didn't really work out. But don't worry, because she was also taking a chemistry class at the time, and the chemistry teaching assistant was really smoking. Quite good looking. And so she was like, that's it. I'm going to be a chemistry major.
Because he was hot?
Because he was hot. Here's the real kicker. He ended up dating her lab partner. And so, that really didn't work out either.
No.
So, chemistry didn't end up working out either. She actually never declared a major, officially. And when she graduated, they were like, so what's your major? And she's like, I don't know. And they were like, okay, well, we're gonna name you a biology major, because that's what you have the classes for. And, then everybody told her, that, oh, you're just gonna be a teacher, you'll be so good at it, so that's how she ended up going into teaching. So here, you guys, you never actually have to declare a major.
Well,
yeah. you can fall into things and really enjoy them. So how did you declare your major, though?
Me, I had a friend who was taking a intro to philosophy class. Shout out to Savannah. And she invited me to come with her to a wine and cheese social that the philosophy department has, just to try and attract new students. Yeah, it was a fun night. I got into a really heated debate with someone about the concept of free will, which I hadn't even really studied yet. And it was a really, really interesting concept to me that they were teaching me about. And it just kind of sparked this interest. Also, sounds kind of cheesy, I did watch, NBC's The Good Place? Which also, a lot of its plot points revolve around philosophy.
Well, I mean, one of the characters on it is a moral ethics professor, isn't he?
Moral philosopher, yeah. Which is... he discusses some branches of moral philosophy, but he also discusses a lot of other branches of philosophy, too, if you watch the show and then, I did actually study philosophy. But yeah, there were just a lot of topics that were coming into my life that were philosophically related, and I thought they were just really, really interesting and something that I really liked, and so I tried to take a class. It wasn't even the intro course, it was a philosophy of religion. And I adored it. I wrote my final, it was a 8 to 12 page paper on depictions of Eve and the philosophical and epistemic, blaming of others for sins.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of my favorite essays I've written in a while, and I think it felt like I was good at it, it felt like I fit.
Yeah, but so I mean, obviously, I mentioned how did you choose your major? The major that I went into university planning on obtaining is the major I'm still doing, but you did not go in planning to do philosophy.
No.
So, what were you looking at doing before you decided on philosophy?
To be quite honest, I fully forget.
Was it English or something?
I think so. I also did some research too, following my sudden interest in philosophy, and I noted that it's much, much higher on the list of statistically most accepted majors for law students. And I wasn't enjoying my English classes as much, so, I did change my mind with that one.
Fair enough. That's what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about changing your mind. Why is it okay? Those second thoughts, they'll get to you. They really will. So you really should listen to your gut feelings about things like that. If you're in a class and you're just this is really not for me, don't, I mean, obviously I always say people give it a fair chance, but if you're you're just I hate this, I hate philosophy or physics or whatever, then maybe don't go down that route.
Yeah.
There are more opportunities in university than there ever were in high school. So, you're going to meet all these new and different people that, will show you something you may not have known that you enjoyed. They're going to have, these very varied opinions. And they're going to introduce you to a lot of things. So, if you want to, just take that random class that sounds interesting. I know right now, it's not really random because I can use it for one of my minors. But it is kind of out there, and it's called Sex and the Sacred, and it's all about sexuality through the lens of different religions. And it's honestly I think one of my most enjoyable classes. It makes me want to take more religion courses, although I don't think I have a lot of time to do that, but it's quite enjoyable.
Right. So, like, as a first year, you might have picked a major for yourself for the wrong reasons. So, maybe how much money a job from that major would pay. Or you might just have picked the first thing that popped into your head. I think that's definitely what happened when I picked English as a major, just because I enjoyed it in high school, and then I ended up not enjoying it as much in university. But now that you've taken some time to explore your options and explore your likes and dislikes in this new sort of space, you might have learned that your original career path isn't right for you, or just that interest isn't the same as it was in high school, or just not what you thought. For the most part, it's about what makes you happy. So if you're in that English class and you're thinking, oh, this is not my shit, you don't have to stay. Find something that actually interests you and can help you achieve happiness and achieve your goals. You know, if this is working towards a career that you're going to be doing for the rest of your working life, make sure it's doing something you enjoy. And that's why people spend more money going back to school for a new degree, or they just settle and continue to be unhappy with their career choice, which I think is like one of my biggest fears.
Yeah, I would say don't ever be afraid of going back and doing it over again. I mean, even if right now, like, we're talking about just changing your major, like, maybe your first degree, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, go ahead, do it. But also, if you're really interested in this, you know, you graduate with this degree, you go out and you work in that field for a while, and then you decide you don't really like it and you want to try something else, go for it. You can change your career however many times you want to. I think my grandfather did every couple of years, like... He's been so many things. He was a cop. He was in the military. He was a race car driver. He owned an upholstery shop. He sold coffee.
Wow.
He was a door-to-door salesman for
coffee?
For Nabob, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, see, like, really, if you want to, like, you know, go and try something else, then do it.
If you had a chance to change your fate, would ya? Jolene, would ya?
Why?
Jolene.
No.
Jolene, would you?
Would I what?
Change your fate.
Destiny is what you make it.
I liked that, actually.
Okay.
I just wanted to have a crackhead moment.
Alright. So, you know, looking through all this, you come to realize that university is a journey, not a destination. I mean, that's a nice little metaphoric little thing, little blurb. But, you know, you learn so much in university, and it can really be a very good time in your life. And it's all about, like, what you do and the memories that you make that guarantee that you're going to graduate with a degree in a field that you actually love. And even if that means you have to change your major like 3, 4, 6 times, what does it matter? You're already there. And I honestly, I want to like say this is that like, even if you're 3 years into this one degree and that's when you decide, I don't want to do this anymore, change it. And don't look at those 3 years like they were a mistake or a waste of time. They weren't. They are going to help you in some way. And even if that some way was just helping you learn about yourself.
Totally. I love that. But yeah, in second year, technically you have to declare your major. But don't let that like stop or limit you. You can change it again. Take a random class because it's interesting. Don't let your major define your career goals. You can do lots of different things.
If, for example, both me and Haley have an interest in potentially going to law school, for Haley, that is, like, her number one career goal. For me, it's, like, one of the options I'm exploring. But even with our very different undergrads, we can both do that. We can both get into law school.
Yeah. I think just research your major. Look at what you can do with it. And usually most intro classes will tell you what you can do with it.
There's so many things. And, I mean, you can also go and see Doug in student services. Go make an appointment with him. He can give you some guidance on what you can do with your career plans, what you can do with your major, like where, you know, your aptitude kind of fits with that. He's very nice.
Shout out to Doug.
Yeah, he'll help you all out with that. He actually also has on reserve in the library a whole bunch of books. So if you go to the reserve desk, you can flip through and see what he has there that you can take out for a limited time. He's got, you know, books in there like So You Want to Be a Pilot, or, you know, So You Want to Be a Lawyer. He's got books on the LSAT. He's got books on what you can do with a history degree. He's got books on all different kinds of things that you can take a look at if, you know, the internet isn't helpful.
Alright, guys, so it was a little bit of a shorter episode for y'all this week, but we got some fun stuff in the works for you coming up. But as for today, thank you guys so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have any ideas for future episodes or anything you'd like us to talk about or help you with, be sure to contact us by email at wheatqueens.bu@gmail.com or on social media at wheatqueensbu.
And be sure to tune in next week, guys. It is our season finale. I was about to say series, but that'd be... Well, it could be that. I mean, who knows? Who knows how life will go? But we're going to end that with season finale. And we're hoping to get another guest star on here for you guys. So, you know, be sure to tune in if you enjoy our conversations with guest stars. Hope you guys have a great day, and...
See you next week!
Yeah.
See you next week!
Don't have a major dilemma in the process of having a dilemma about your major.
Yeah.
That was so stupid. I, lost my wording. I was like, I had a thing to say, and then I forgot it.
I liked it. Bye, everyone.
Bye!